Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel for another 112 scale figure unboxing and review video. And today we will be looking at this Mafex No.131 GAMBIT from the X-Men series. I purchased my unit here from amiami.com, and you can click the link down below in my video description so you can check it out if this figure is still available or not in their website. As usual, this is a delayed figure once again from Mafex. I think it should be released few months back. I don't know what happened, and I can't even remember the original release date for this figure, but now I'm feeling so relieved and thankful that they managed to get this figure out end of September. So yeah, before we do the unboxing, let's take a look at its box art design first, shall we? So this is a standard box art for Mafex figure, especially the comic version. And as you can see here, we can see all the figures inside with this clear type of window box. And we have this comic book, rendition for this character, and you have that cool phrases too up here. And then we have the Marvel 6-inch and the Mafex numbering for this figure, and it's really nice background here with slightly having some texture on it, and we have this very nice art for it, and they're using this figure as the main cover for this box. And we have this character's name, we have this Marvel Mafex Medicom logo over here at the bottom. So at the side we have this very nice posing for this figure, and also we have this continuity, this I think the 90s style of pixelate graphic over here. You can see that, and that is very nice. At the back we have this promotional image for this figure, and as you can see here, it comes with pretty nice accessories. We will look into it later. And we have this manufacturer details and websites and etc, that is not important for us. And at the bottom here we have the legalese, unreadable legalese, warnings, ages 15 and up. We have the barcodes, authenticity sticker over here, so you cannot replicate it. So this is really nice. And at the side here we have this very nice GAMBIT figure posing with this character's name over here. And at the top again we have this very nice graphic for him. And yeah, so let's unbox this figure, shall we? And so let's cut it from the bottom here. As you can see that, slide there. Holy god. Okay, there's nothing in it, so we don't have any manuals to it. I wish that we do, so we can actually know how does this accessories will be incorporated with this figure. So this is the stand, and we have two trays over here. You can see that this is the card effect for him, 2 items. And then this is the figure. Yes, looking very nice. There's no missing part or anything like that. There's no broken. Actually, you have to actually check, especially with Mafex. They tend to having a QC issue sometimes. So yeah, let's open it. You can see that. So let's see the figure. Wow, just wow. I think I'm kind of love this figure. I love the texture though for this this jacket. What do you call it? Trench coat. Yes. So sorry about the abrupt jump cut just now. I just couldn't wait to see this figure together with its accessories. So we have a very decent amount of accessories over here. We have 6 interchangeable pairs of hands, including the one that is on the figure. And then we have extra head sculpt over here, looking very intimidating. And I love the tiny piece of this power effect over here. You can see that 2 of it is for this very nice detail stuff. And we over here we have this very large power effect. You can see that and this one is much more slimmer, slender, and much more nicer, I think. But this one is much more, you know, rough, and it has some detailing on it. It looks like a fire to me, and then it's pretty thicker. It does have some weight to it, both of it, but I think this one is heavier. And then I'm holding it with this you know, clear best standard Mafex stand. I already assembled it. And then we have this new Y stand over here. I'm calling it Y stand because you can see that it looks like a Y. And then we have two type of, you know, length over here. You can see that the short one and the, you know, longer one. And I think this is meant for holding, not holding, is I think it's meant for supporting this effect horizontally. I will you know, definitely show it to you later in the video. So what we are going to do now, I'm going to, you know, look a bit more closer to its accessories detail. First of all, let's take a look at its head sculpt design, and as you can see, this is the one that comes with the figure, and you can see that the paint application looks pretty neat, pretty good. There's no smudge or anything like that. The hair sculpt looks pretty amazing, pretty detailed, and yeah, there's not much at the back, but you can see that it has some nice groove to it. I love how the waviness of this hair sculpt. And let's change it. So this is the ball pack inside the neck over here. It does have the kind of angular looking, you can see that. And then what we do is we just peg it in, and voila, the alternate head sculpt. It does have some you know, amount of quality to the previous one. This one is much more intimidating look. You can see that the hair is slightly, it's the same hair actually, it's the same hair, it's just the face expression is different. So yeah, so let's take a look at the other accessories. We have two closed fist hand. This is another closed fist hand with a hole, as you can see, and then I already slide in the staff and, you know, slot in the effect as well, as you can see there. So this is the overall look for this staff and its you know, effect, power effect over there. You can see that. Open wide hands, you can see that. A relaxed hands, and a dedicated holding card hands. As you can see that already slotted in between those fingers. So this is how it will look. And last but not least is this open wide hands with this acrylic on its palm. You can see that, and this actually can be slotted in to the effect over here. As you can see that there's a hole over there, so you can actually slide those in, and then it holds pretty well. You can see that. But horizontally, I think in time it will, you know, damage this acrylic thing. So that's where this Y stand will, you know, helps and to support the weight over here. So you can actually pose your figure whether it's downwards or upwards. So whether you like it over here or here, it all depends on the current posing for that figure. I think it's supposed to be in the middle, so it's much more balanced. So it actually depends on you, on the user itself. So same as this, you just peg it in, and then voila, so you get that nice effect on the hands right there. So yeah, never mind, I will show you some pictures at the end of this video so you can look how does it look on the figure itself. Alright, so now let's cover the figure detail itself, and as you can see, we have a very nice you know, trench coat over here. I love the color. It doesn't bother me if it's not that dark, or for some people might like it. I'm okay with it. And let's take this trench coat out. So this is him, you can see that, and this is the trench coat over here. Let's take a look at this first, and as you can see that we have wired all over this trench coat over here, this side and then this side we have all wired, as you can see that. And at the back, at the bottom, you can see that this is all wired. You know, this is pretty good actually, and even at the middle here is wired, so you can see that you can make the trench coat flowing pretty nice and flowy like that. The texture feels very nice. I love it. So for the figure itself, you can see that mine has a little bit of scratch over there. I thought it, but I couldn't see it from a distance. Actually, when I open it, I just realized that there is some scratch over there. So yeah, and I love the paint application that they do. Doesn't have any big issue for me, at least, and the colors seems to be very good, very glossy over here. It really sticks close to the actual comic book or the TV series Jim Lee X-Men. You can see that it's pretty accurate, if you ask me. And there's not much Gambit figure that has this same quality on him. It does have a removable jacket, whereas many company will give us the plastic jacket or trench coat, such as the Marvel Legends. So this one is pretty dope. We can actually remove the trench coat, and as you can see, the proportion wise, it does looks very nice. Pretty lean kind of body. The detailing on it seems to be spot on too, as you can see that. I already talked about the head sculpt, and it does looks pretty nice on this figure. You can see that it looks very natural looking kind of figure. Can do pretty much posing, very natural posing. You can see that. I love how they went on this type of body. They didn't actually reuse any of their figures, previous figures, and I think this is totally a new sculpt for him. That's why it came a bit late. Maybe they're trying to refine the design, and I think they went all out with this Gambit figure. Seems pretty nice. You can see all the textures, all the muscle definition. It's pretty good. Although it doesn't have a wash detail to it, but it does look very clean, and I'm okay with it. So yeah, let's take a look at its articulation. And as you can see that from the top we can move the head downwards, and because of the ball joint we can have an extra looking up like that, side to side tilt, rotation 360. And then on this shoulder articulation is very nice. As you can see that it does have extra range. We have an up and down, but there is an extra movement over there that we can get on the butterfly joint. So yeah, you can close his arm pretty good like that. You see that? That is pretty nice. And open wide like that, pretty good. Can swivel at the shoulder. Bicep also can swivel too. And then it has double jointed elbow over there, pretty good, pretty tight joint. And then rotation and hinge on the hands, so that is pretty nice. And then on the middle section here we have a ball joint, upper ball joint and lower ball joint at the waist, so you can get a pretty good range of moving forward like that, and then leaning backwards to that extent. So that is a pretty great, as you can see that is pretty good angle And then this does it? Oh, it does swivel a little bit like that. You can have that range, pretty nice. Yes, come on, you can see that it is pretty nice. I think almost like Spider-Man figure. It's pretty tight though. And then we can split his leg like that, pretty nice. Kicking forward like that, double jointed, not as much as because it is hindered by this, you know, piece over here. So this is a very hard plastic, it's not a soft plastic, so just be mindful of that. And then it doesn't have swivel on the knee, it's just swivel at this feet over here. You can see we have hinge, pivot, very good range. So yeah, that is on the articulation. Now let's take a look at its scale comparison. Now comparing him with his GAMBIT counterparts from Mezco 112 Collective and Marvel Legends figure, and as you can see they are having the same style of outfit which is from the 90s Jim X-Men series, and 3 of these figures have their own personal pros and cons, and I think it is fair to compare closer with the Mezco 112 Collective and Mafex as they have more or less the same price point and quality to it. If you are the one who likes more aesthetic feature to a figure, you might want to consider for Mezco GAMBIT because definitely it will have less issue on the pen abs and joint articulation, and he also comes with cool accessories and soft good trench coat as well. But if you are more leaning to toy photography and dynamic poses, you can consider Mafex, but just bear in mind that to handle it with care because Mafex has a long history with QC issues. For the trench coat, I would prefer as it is on its respective figure. I have no intention of swapping the coat, although you can really do that. I'm good here. Now comparing him with my Marvel Legend X-Men, and as you can see from the right is the Jean Grey, Iceman, Cyclops, and on the left is the Wolverine. And as you can see here, the height, the proportion scales pretty good with this line too, so you can mix it up. So this is him with my Marvel Legends, Colossus, Bishop, and Beast, and these are the big guys among the X-Men, and as you can see that he scales pretty good, and I think it suits with this line too. Now comparing him with his own line, which is so far Mafex has already released these figures, Wolverine, Cyclops, and Magneto, that I just reviewed him a few weeks ago, so you can check it out in my video listing. And looking at the height and proportion wise, definitely GAMBIT looks well blended together, and I think I couldn't wait how this X-Men line will grow in a few years time. And as we speak, Psylocke and Brown Wolverine are expecting to be released this month as well, if there's no more delay by Mafex. So just to wrap up the review, I think this is a pretty solid figure from Mafex. Not because I'm a fan of GAMBIT, it is because Mafex really does know how to engineer a GAMBIT figure, especially for the fans. They got the articulation right, we can have some crazy dynamic poses with him. They got the looks right, body type and height proportion right. The 90s X-Men style looks right too. I love the amount of accessories, especially the throwing blast power cut effect. And finally we have an accurate comic book soft good trench coat right. So that is all the right ingredients to make a GAMBIT figure. I've been waiting all my life for this figure. So guys, that is the end of my review. I hope that's informative enough for you, and if you love it, please click the like button, share it to your friends, and if you want to support me, please do subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to click the bell notification button so you will be notified once my videos comes live. So take care until we meet again in my next video. Sayonara.